Welcome back, folks. Part two of the day. So as promised, I've just landed here with the infamous Geordie Wildcamper. He's famous around these parts, aren't you, mate?
Very famous.
There he is, like there he is.
Get outside, do a bit of wild camping.
You know, it makes sense. He's we've come up in his car. It's the fanciest thing I've ever seen. It's like the Starship Enterprise inside. It's absolutely mental. He likes his technology mind, I must admit.
Good.
He's got all the gear and some idea. So we're he's got 4 tins here. We've got permission to be on the land.
Permissions.
And from John permissions, and he's getting them 4 tins. Put in the comments below whether 4 tins is seriously an absolute outrageous joke or whether it's good. I think I know the answer.
Do you know what? I'm actually not going to leave these ones. When we come back up, I'm going to bring a crate up.
Oh yeah?
That's what I'm going to do.
You did say you were getting a crate, but you've turned up before.
Did I see a crate?
You did, aye. Never mind.
Times are tight, you know.
Times are tight. So we're just going to head down in this undisclosed location and we're going to set up camp. I said before, there's going to be roaring fires and good crack. So this is just the start of it. So we'll bring you in a little bit further down the way once we've got our pitch set up. We've landed down at their base camp. Everything is untouched from the last time that we were here. Remnants of the fire that we had the last time. Great little spot. Undisclosed location. Heart, Northumberland. It's absolutely class. Really good. First things first. Me and the Geordie Wildcamper here. What's your new nickname, mate? Now it's the GW. The TGW. TGW. We're going to get our camp sorted out and get set up. First things first, a fire. We need a roaring fire immediately because it's going to be cold tonight, mate. It's going to be a cold one. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get the tents up right now. Well, there we go. 26 minutes that took to get the tents up. We're timed ourselves. So that was a quick turnaround. So I'll just give you a little bit of a scoot around camp, just so you can see what we're dealing with here. Got a lovely flowing river. I'm not quite sure what river this is actually. It's probably a subsidiary of the Blythe, maybe. We've got a nice little spot. We've got a cook station and a campfire set up down here next to the river. We've got the camps over there amongst the wild garlic. We've got some trees there. I'll swing you around so you can see. There's the fire, just about to get that lit up there. We've got a flint and steel. Oh, that looks like that's well and truly on the boil. There we go. A little bit of kindling, a few beers. A trusty old frying pan. Fantastic down here. When you look at the all the snowdrops. Absolutely brilliant. So here's the Geordie Wildcamper setup. He's got the Hillyberg. This is the Rolls Royce. This, like, I'll just zoom out a little bit. That's the real deal. That's like a 5-season sleeping situation. That unbelievable. And then on the other end of the scale, we've got the 50 quid cheap and cheerful Fox 2. But I've got to say, absolute bit of kit. I've used it a few times now. It's absolutely great. Says it's a 2-man. It's not. It's really a 1-man plus his gear. A little bit of space there in the vestibule so you can keep your bits and bobs and what have you. But there's no EX 4-season sleeping bag. There's an inflatable mat under there. I just go pretty basic, to be honest. The whole setup was probably about 180 quid. Tent, literally everything that you see. So, obviously we're losing light a little bit now. We just wanted to get camp set up first of all. And I'm going to make a cuppa first of all. That's the first thing. It's a 3-in-1 Kenko. That'll do me. And then we'll get the fire lit. We're going to have a big roaring fire tonight because it's going to be -1. There's not a breath of air. It's absolutely beautiful. But we've got such a fantastic store of dry logs here. It's all just deadfall. So we're just going to, we've got the axes and things like that. We're just going to get ourselves a load of logs. We're going to get this fire set away. It's going to be absolutely champion. So cuppa, get the fire on. We'll bring you back in a short while for a bit, Nada. See you in a bit. So we're just having a bit scout around camp here. We've just carried some big logs across. Got a bit of a seating area sorted already. And now we're just on the scavenge for some firewood.
I didn't tell me about the trifecta, like.
Maybe I'm not telling any about the trifecta.
I wouldn't, like.
I mean, we'll not mention it. We'll not mention it, mate.
Another episode.
That's for another time, that, mate. It's the type of thing, like, if you tell somebody, mate, you know what happens next, don't you?
You'll end up with it, huh?
You end up with the trifecta.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there's loads of wood all over the place, as you would probably imagine, considering, well, it's woods, isn't it? So me and the GWC, is it? TGW. I don't know. Allegedly, you know, the Geordie Wildcamper, or the TGC, or whatever he likes to be called these days, he's actually the love child, the illegitimate love child of Jim Carrey. That's just what they say, like. I don't know if there's any truth in that. But there we go. He says there's not, but there's an uncanny resemblance. That's a compliment, I think. But as you can probably see, there's loads of... We're just scavenging, really, you know. Get some logs. We'll get this fire blaring as soon as possible. So a nice cup of coffee there. There he is. The wild man of the woods. Strong as an ox, this lad. Right, we'll bring you back in. The bar's open at what time, TGW? Whatever he's called? 7 o'clock's the bar open. So we'll see you there. And we're off. Sometimes it takes a little while, doesn't it, when it's just a bit damp. The dry stuff there, mate, that's going to go champion there, and then we'll start putting the damp stuff on.
Yeah.
That's all we've got, really. There we go, what's the time check? 6:26. You know what that means?
Beer time.
8 o'clock.
Let's go.
Good idea. What we've got here then, mate?
This is called the Stormtrooper, a sniper.
The sniper.
Which is situation normal Indian Pale Ale. So
Right.
I'm going to tell you now, we're on situation normal right now.
Is that what it is?
We are. We're not on high alert.
No, it's not on high alert
Not on high
at all, mate.
This
Absolutely
is
not.
Central.
So a bit of Stormtrooper. I think I've just got Amstel.
Is that Belgian?
German? No, I got it from Bedlington.
Oh. There you get me. There's worse things you can get from it, isn't it?
It's one of the best things you can get, to be honest. We've got it set up. The bar is open. What was that first? It was off cocktail, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I do look a bit like Tom Cruise, I'll be honest with you.
I've been told I look like Tom Cruise as well. Like.
Have you? By who? Me?
Everybody. The ones that call us Jim Carrey.
Get out, man. There we go. What channel we're putting this on?
You didn't pay for this, mate.
Class, innit?
It's an ETV license.
It doesn't get any better. It really doesn't get any better than this. Like, it's like primal. We're like two cavemen sat out here, aren't we?
Oh, let's stick with some bait.
Yeah. What do you got for bait, mate?
Bit of a mixture.
Let's see what we've got here.
I don't know if you can see that.
Hang on, mate. We'll activate the old. Oh, there we go.
This is a homemade meal. This one.
I'll be honest, mate. That does look a lot like dog shit in a bag at the minute.
It does.
Right.
But I tell you what, once it gets cooking, mate, you're gonna know. You're gonna know. This is chorizo pasta, but it's in a boil in the bag.
Right.
Boil in the bag.
Boil in the bag.
Boil in the bag. So
I see
you
what
can pop
you're
that in water if you want, but we're gonna put it in the pan.
Right. So it's a boil in the bag, but it's going in the pan.
Yeah, because I can't be asked.
Fair enough.
Swearing loud, isn't it?
Aye.
Swearing loud. And then this one is.
I mean, keep it, you know, within
We're going really Italian with this, so this is an aubergine and courgette linguine.
It sounds extravagant, mate, I'll be honest with you.
It is. It's got a bit of chorizo in as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got a whole host
Jim
of other
Carrey.
goodies.
Looks like Jim Carrey, doesn't he? I'm just looking at
Oh,
there. We do need to do the eyebrow thing, mate.
trying, like, come on. Somebody stop me.
I've got the trusty stag chilli and pilau rice. That's and that's it. And what were those Biscoff biscuits?
Yeah, what nice then.
And that's it. A couple of tins of Stella as well to go along with it. And I've got some passion fruit vodka as well, which I brought in my plastic running mug. So, there we go.
It's going to be good times. It's nice. It's enjoyable. We're getting a bit of a breeze from up the river there. I can feel it a bit, so I might have to stick a jacket on.
That's kicking out some real heat, that though, isn't it?
I feel it like.
That's giving some lovely heat, that.
Sorting myself
Really nice. We've got a bit of a bushcraft bench. Well, it's not really a bushcraft bench, is it? It's a couple of logs. It's a couple of logs basically, but we'll call it a bushcraft bench.
Hey, by no means, we're not experts at this, you know.
There we go. Bit of damp wood. Stick that on there. Why not? There we go.
Oh, sizzler.
We just need to get once we got the temperature up, we're up and running. We're fine. You can just sit and watch that all night. Well, we are going to, but I'll log off for a little while. We're going to have a few beers, bit of banter. We'll bring you back in. I was going to say if something interesting happens, but it definitely will happen. So we'll sign out for the time being.
Afternoon, folks. Welcome back.
Champion this mate. Champion.
Cheers.
We just thought we'd do a bit of a rundown of the old bar.
The beverage.
Set up, the adult beverage.
The beverage section.
This is the adult beverage section of tonight. So I'm on the old, like I said before, 4.1 Amstel. It's not exactly, you know, avant-garde or anything like that, you know, but it's 4.1%, mate. It's basically just dishwater, really, isn't it?
It's a classic, mate. It's an absolute
It's just
classic.
dishwater. And in here, I mean, that basically just looks like one of the sports and science things, and you would be correct in thinking that.
It's an energy shot.
Because that's what it is, mate. In there I've got absolute passion fruit vodka with tonic.
Wow.
So it's a bit stealth, you know, if you're wanting to drink on the sly without anybody having a concern about your drinking habits, that's probably the best way to do it.
To look, mate.
That's my ammunition. That's all I've come with, mate. That's my ammunition. What have you brought?
I've got a nice little Brewdog selection here. I've got the Brewdog Indie, which is a 4.2 IPA.
Right.
Nice standard.
Is that like a session?
You probably session on that, like you'd be alright.
Right.
I do also have the Stormtrooper, which I've finished, which is a B&M special, would you believe, for £1, which is brilliant. Sniper, it's called. And then lastly,
This is the real deal, this mate, isn't it?
What? Pièce de Resistance, is that right?
Yes,
that right?
Resistance.
This is the holy grail of breweries, which is Northern Monk. If you need to know any more, speak to Here's Outdoors, because he'll show you the right path. But this is one of their Patreon specials, which is a red IPA at around about 7%. And it is
about £7 and all.
Your wife's going to watch this, mate.
Oh, right, sorry. It's about £2.50 this one.
Give us a fun out, actually.
I did, you did say
said,
that
are
earlier.
you TDW? I was like,
you went, no, I'm CBG.
CBDI. You can speak to Simon's marketing department. It is a John Peeler. So you've got little bits and bobs in there. Which
What was that? Just tell you about the...
why they came up with it. So why they came up with this one-off. They'll only make this once.
Really?
Yeah, so they'll collab with a guy who's wanted to do this for a reason. Once I read it, and that's it. They'll only do it once.
Well,
so Here's Outdoors has done his. There's been loads. Check out the Geordie Wildcamp's video. I've got a couple of those on.
So check out the Geordie Wildcamp. He's got some great content. I think there'll be a lot more up here in this little spot as well. Thanks to John Permissions. He doesn't even know he's called John Permissions, but he is called John Permissions.
John Permissions, 4 cans, John Permissions.
He's the main man.
Yeah.
And remember, put some comments in there as a thank you for letting me use this private bit of land, the GCW here decided he was going to get him a crate of beer. His idea of a crate of beer was 4 cans. Put in the comments, is that acceptable or is that cheapskate?
I'm going to be honest, I paid £4.39 for 1 can. So
that's the point I'm making, exactly.
Exactly.
Job permissions, I'm sorry mate, we'll get you sorted out with a proper stash of beer.
Apologies. There will be a crate left next to my car next time we come. If you want to leave, actually, if you private message us and not leave the comments down in the description or whatever, because we can bring what you like.
Yeah, absolutely. And the only other thing that I've brought is sometimes when you're drinking on a budget, you've got to think a little bit outside the box. I've brought a bit of Winderline because you know it's cheap, you know. But it really does the business. So there we go, folks. Drinking on a budget. Top tip for tonight: Winderline. I think this could be a good segment. This actually in the videos. It'll be called the Drinking on a Budget segment.
We will be back after this advert.
Well, folks, that's it. The WDGT, the Geordie Woodsman Wildcamper, as he's now called. He's just processing some wood there. We've got the fire going, lovely, but we just need a little bit more. We've got the tents all sorted out. We're just going to cook a little bit of bait now. So that's going to be nice. I'm hungry now, like. Just such a peaceful night. Not a breath of wind. We've got the whole pitch set up absolutely mint. So we're going to get some bait on the go now, and probably bring you back in to show you a little bit of sizzle. You can't beat a bit of sizzle on a campfire, can you? So we'll bring you back in for that one and all. Right, folks, here we go. It's dinner time. We've just got the coals have just burnt down quite nicely. A little bit of coconut oil there, and once this is done, just need that to try and get the light a little bit more so you can see. I'm just gonna stick that on there. I'm gonna stick the rice in. Oh yes! And the Geordie Wildcamper. What do you got going on there, big fella?
Chorizo linguine.
That seems quite reasonable, doesn't it? Look at that. Little bit of homemade cooking there. That looks very, very nice. And then to go with my rice, that even says classic chili con carne, so you can't go wrong with that, mate.
No.
You know what I mean?
You're absolutely right.
There you go. That looks great. You just need to put mine a little bit more on the coals a little bit. Let that heat up. Is that yours done?
Aye.
There he is. Jim Carrey.
Get out and do a bit of wild camping. You know, makes sense.
Get out and do a little bit of wild cooking. You know it makes sense. Well, there's an empty pan. I've just eaten out of the pan, so is Geordie Wildcamper. We're just going to chill out now and watch the old bus crash telly. There's only one channel, but it's the best one you're going to get.
Oh, top channel.
Primal, mate, isn't it? Real deal, mate.
Unbelievable.
So we'll probably, I don't know, we'll probably sign out fairly soon.
Yeah.
We'll just have a couple of beers. What you got left? Have you got much left?
Oh, I've got my fabled Northern Monk.
There you go.
Which I'm touching like I shouldn't be, but whatever.
It's quite erotic, that, isn't it?
It is, but look at that. Look at that artwork on
That's
that.
a fantastic. Is that the one where it peels out?
The John Peeler, aye.
The John Peeler.
Oh,
There you go.
have a little
Brilliant,
read of
that,
that. Have a little read of that. I'll tell you what it tastes like, you know.
Nice.
Let's swap again.
Aye,
Well,
do it now. There we go, folks, live on the John Peeler.
Well, this is a technique by Beers Outdoors, which I've learned.
What, open a can of beer?
No, it's called a drive-by.
Alright. I see what you're doing there, like. I do see. Aye.
Want to have a little drive by? That's what you... Right?
Aromatic.
Aromatic. Okay, let's have a little swig.
There he is. What's the vortex? Ooh, he looks...
Oh, that's different.
It looks like you've just licked the battery.
Wow.
What do you think?
I'm getting hazelnut.
Right. Are you taking the piss?
No.
Oh.
No. That is very... Have a try of that.
We'll take a try, mate. We'll take a try.
You both had COVID, it's fine.
Cool. There we go.
COVID survivors. Oh, what was that?
Tasting like hazelnut and...
Never.
Hi.
You cheeky
Mate, it tastes the same as me Stella.
No, it doesn't. You're doing it a disservice there.
I am doing a disservice, mate, but...
Look at that colour, that's not... That is not Stella.
That is the amber. I'll be honest, mate, it looks like urine. Actually, it's quite orange for urine, to be honest.
I don't know if I like it, actually.
Oh, mate, you've just bigged it up so big.
Nah, but...
And now you're saying you didn't like it?
If you ask us to rate it, I'm having a drink, hold on.
Hang on, there he is. How's it going now, mate? How does it feel this time?
I'm not liking that.
Nay good.
Nah.
The good news, ladies and gentlemen, is I do still have a small supply of Windoline.
Which is good. Because it tastes the same.
Because it'll be better than that shit.
I wonder if it's got a refund policy.
What, Windoline?
Not this.
Alright. How much was that? £8 a can?
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, there you go, folks. So there's tonight's top tip. Drink Windoline. I'm sure we said it before, like, and there's the evidence. Don't spend £8 on a can. Drink Windoline.
I'm not happy with that. Like.
I'm going to have this, well, you're more than welcome to it as well, mate. We'll have that passion fruit vodka out of a plastic container. So there we go. I'll swing you back around for the bushcraft telly because
No, it's better.
it just doesn't get any better than that, like.
That's a good fire. Oh.
Whoa! There you go. Get out and light a fire. You know it makes sense. Well, good morning from base camp. It's about 6:20. It's very, very peaceful. It was quite cold last night. But a comfortable sleeping bag yet again. Absolutely brilliant. Really good. Sleeping Beauty's still in his tent there. I'm going to get this fire stoked up. Get a bit of warmth going. And get a cup of coffee on the go. I had a good crack last night, very good. We had a good time. It was the roaring fire. I had the fire on nearly all night. It was fantastic. There was a lot of heat coming off it. Really good. So we'll probably not be here too much longer. I think we'll be back home by about 10 o'clock. So we'll get the fire on, get a bit of breakfast on the go. Nothing too extravagant this morning. I've got like a granola pot again. Last time I had like a full English, sausages and black pudding and all kinds of stuff, but nothing extravagant. So, get a bit of breakfast on the go. Well folks, that's the coffee sorted. All done and dusted. I'm just going to let the fire burn out for a little while and we're going to straight camp and head off. Thanks for joining me. It's been a fantastic night. We've had a really good time. The old Sleeping Beauty there He's still absolutely flat out. But I'm running out of battery, I'm down to 4%, so I'm just going to do a sign off now. So I just want to say thanks for coming along on this little adventure, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. This will be a regular spot, this one, but I think there's going to be some far-flung adventures coming up in the very, very near future. So for now, I'm going to sign off, and it's a goodbye from me, and it's a goodbye from Jim Carey. Goodbye.